In this video, I'm going to be showing off the wallet design that I've been working on for about 3 months. This is like 15 different designs, including straps and wallets and purses. And you'll notice I even have like a satchel sewed onto the side of this one. And I've tried them all, and I've tried all sorts of different internal parts, and every single iteration just completely changes everything out. And I've really settled on this one. I've been field testing it for an additional about 3 months now. And I think this is what I'm going to be using for the better part of my life, at least as long as I keep living like a teenager. Fair warning, this is for students and interns and people in cities and suburbs, and obviously not for anyone like, hunting or going to the forest or jungle or whatever. I don't know why people carry fish hooks and water purifying tabs and all these things on them most of the time. It doesn't really make sense to me because, you're going to be going to work and you want the thinnest possible thing that, doesn't show in your work pants. You can't even have like a normal pocket knife, honestly, with you. Like that's terrible in a workplace. And so everything is designed to just be as skinny as possible while maintaining my personal necessities, which are going to be leaning really heavily on something that not many people do, which is, have screwdrivers and pliers and all the ability to take things apart and fix things and, scrap off like the useful part of some electronics that are dumped somewhere and, all these necessities that I really care about. And I'm only making it for myself, so it's not really a big deal. So anyways, this is the design I've gone with, and that's the satchel that kind of has to sit outside. So you slip in the main wallet, and the satchel can either be on top or sometimes on bottom or dangling out of your pocket even. And even though the thing inside is super expensive, the G-forces can be handled. And it's just a necessary thing to make such a thin wallet with that, inescapable necessity in the satchel. And so here's the thickness of the wallet, which is about the size of a Sharpie, honestly. And you'll see it's got these like waterproof zippers, and this is a very nice material. This is a kind of high density polyethylene, but it's actually sewn in with half ultra high molecular weight polyethylene. And this is where the satchel is attached onto one of these zip pulls. And you can see you can kind of pull against it even for like extra zip opening strength. And you can even close it in the same manner or attach something to the other zip pull. The YKK zippers are very nice. And I think they're from this guy named FlySky in the UK on eBay. And this is the satchel, which contains something that I absolutely need anywhere I go, which is a thermal camera dongle for my phone. I am an electrical engineer in power electronics. You need this in circuit tracing for like any kind of short. You need this in nighttime. I use this to look for animals, to look for people, to look for dropped belongings anywhere, always. It's just amazing. I love my thermal camera. And that's from Infrared T2S Plus, if anyone's interested. Anyways, here is the wallet. And so the first item is this little sliding tin, which contains, well, it's originally a fuse tin from Little Fuse, but sliding tins are amazing. They're super skinny. Even this one, which is the Chinesium one that anyone can find, is also skinny, but just not thin enough for my wallet requirements. But I really recommend sliding tins to anyone because if you have the opening style, they just can't handle any pressure. They pop open. You can't jam things in there like you can with this. And look at all the things I have in here. In fact, I'm going to be showing off the charging components, but there's actually a data side to it too. So yeah, you have a USB A to C and a USB Lightning to USB-C. And actually, usually I carry a USB-A female to USB-C male adapter, which fits right in this tin along with everything else. And I know it sounds silly, but with today's phones, laptops, and especially MacBooks, you probably have mice, keyboards, and a lot of the times flash drives that you just need to plug in, and you can't because there's only 2 ports or 0 ports of USB-A, and mine's actually missing because my girlfriend is borrowing it for the same application. Back to the tin, you have all sorts of emergency medication, painkillers, whatnot. You can have like 1,000 milligrams of Tylenol in there. You can, assist yourself or others in any disaster with those. Here's a pen. I've actually used this so many times for writing my name quickly on an assignment before turning it in, especially if you print something out and you forget to put your name on it. And here we have a precision Phillips and flathead screwdriver bit. This is a 3.5 millimeter bit, and the rest of those are 1/4-inch bits. And I know what you're thinking. Why would you have all these? Well, first of all, look at that. You have all these Torx bits and all the right sizes. They actually match up with every hex and everything you might want to come across. Even you can disassemble IKEA furniture with them. Why would you want these bits on their own? Well, because you have a bit driver. You have a collar right here that can expand those tiny double-sided 1/4-inch bits to be much longer so you can fit them into smaller spaces. And in the case of something like Phillips, where you have to push down, you really need that length to be able to push it into the surface with your hand. And this is just amazing. I mean, you can accommodate all, you have 10 basically 1/4-inch bits that you can put in there, and you have a ratchet, and the ratchet can be used to pick these out instantly from the bag. So yes, I actually have a second bit extender in here. And so here you can, do ratcheting action on one of them, and, you can have a different bit or whatever. But more importantly, you can expand the ratchet to be, this is just with a pair with one. But if you use your second bit extender, look at that. This is a basically full-size screwdriver now that you have for yourself. And it took like no time to assemble. It's faster than using a multi-tool. And if you want a ratchet with an extra long handle for bonus torque, you can do that as well. You can even use it without the ratcheting mechanism by putting it in on the backside. It is just a pleasure to use. I'm always looking for excuses to use this thing, just disassembling random crap I find around. It's not mine. And so, yeah, these are kind of a necessity for a scrapper like me. And even the precision screwdriver, sometimes you find something that's been Loctited down, or you just need a little more control, or it's in a bit of a space. Now, I can't go too deep, but this multi-tool is able to actually carry it inside of its bottle opener. And this is the Leatherman Style PS. It was not meant for this, and no one else can do this because no one else has a 3.5 millimeter precision bit like I do. The plier on this thing is a necessity that I could not live without. I love pliers. I need pliers. I would not. The whole wallet project started from the necessity of having a pliers on me everywhere I go. Now, the pliers can be used to hold a nut as you unscrew it from the other side. There's just some things you can open with just a screwdriver. You need that alternating tension. And then you'll see that I have scissors, which are the second most important thing after pliers. Maybe first most important, but I am a sucker for pliers, so I don't care. And these are really nice scissors. And the Leatherman Style PS is actually a knife-free tool for TSA purposes. And this is so sharp that you can just use it like a knife, a box cutter, whatever you need, without them really noticing. And if they do notice, you can actually unscrew the scissors out of there using your Torx adapters, and they won't see. Now, this is a custom-made scalpel holder that I made using a scissor blade. I just machined it with a Dremel. It's very hard to machine. I wouldn't recommend it, but I made about 3 of these and fit them into various multi-tools. And it's just because I love these scalpel blades. They're like box cutters that don't go dull because you can just put in another blade. And they have all sorts of other sizes and features that I'll show you in a second. Here are the tweezers on this thing. They're very sharp. They're very useful. You kind of need tweezers. I'm not going out into the woods or anything, but tweezers are just so lightweight. Why don't you carry them on yourself? It's really just because you don't have anywhere to put them, and the multi-tool is meant for that. Anyways, this is, again, the Leatherman Style PS, which has been discontinued and super expensive, and it has this weird gimmick, which is that there's a bottle cap opener on the bottom that's like a shitty carabiner that's really small and can't hold anything on it, but it's okay because you'll see how much it helps you pull things back with it, and it's not that bad. Plus, it's got that screwdriver feature, so I can be kind of justifying it now. Now, I'm going to show you the scalpel accommodations on this multi-tool. This is the wallet portion, which is literally made of paper and tape, and I know I've anonymized it. I have originally my contact information on there, so it's actually a lot thicker because I put like 10 things of tape over it. But that's how easy it is to pull out a scalpel blade from that thing. So I just carry them inside in their original aluminum packets, and look at that. You just slip it on, and I'm doing it very slowly here, but I can do this whole process in about 8 seconds or less. Pulling out pliers, pulling out the wallet part, putting the scalpel blade into the thing. Just from a completely closed wallet. It takes like 8 seconds. And this is a very secure scalpel blade. You can push it from the top. You can hold it in from the bottom, even if you're really, really struggling. You can even shim doors with this thing, no problem. And just like that, this goes back in. And you can use it for, cutting and surgery even. Except, I know what you're thinking, like, you just reuse that blade. That's not sterile anymore. I have a backup blade. And this one actually is sterile because it's, like, unopened and, I don't know, gamma irradiated and whatnot. I also have Band-Aids for when the surgery goes wrong or box cutting goes wrong. And then here, these are not my real wallet and ID, but imagine they were. And in between them, I carry a diffraction grating because I'm a nerd and I like to see the spectrum of different light sources because I'm just a big loser. Anyways, I'm showing you just how easy it is to put it all back in. I know it seems cumbersome, but really you only need a wallet that's about 2 millimeters thick, and that includes band-aids and scalpels and diffraction gratings. I don't know why people, carry big leather wallets that are the same thickness as my entire wallet. That it's about 5% wallet inside. Anyways, super glue because my glasses are always broken, and I also like this Ziploc bag for carrying very small things that you drop or need, like little screws, or having a platform to super glue on. And now this is isopropyl alcohol for hand sanitization. I used to carry those like little wipes that they give you in the airplanes, but they're just too thick, and they're all, cloth that everyone is wearing on them, so you can just use that cloth. Or like your hands, This is the USB-C, but it's planar, so you can fold it over itself a billion times. And look at that, you can just make every single combination of cable instantly with these two adapters and this USB-C that like kind of everyone has nowadays for charging laptops and everything. I charge my laptop with this, I charge my soldering iron with this, I charge all my devices, I've made all my devices USB-C, so it's a dream. And look how thin this thing is. And look, it's the same size as everything else in the tool, plus like it expands so big it doesn't even fit on frame. I have to zoom out. And look at that, it still doesn't fit on the frame. And it doesn't even need to be that long because the number one use case for charging is actually using the onboard charger in my wallet. That's right, I think it's 1800 milliamp hours. That's like half a charge on your phone, which is all you ever actually need. I mean, you only really need to use the power bank for an emergency anyways. It's not like you're going to be going like a week without power available. So it is really a lifesaver and really compact. I love this thing. In fact, the power bank comes with its own expanding 10 centimeter long USB-C cable. It's just a shame that with the current design of wallet where the zipper is on the side, I just can't pull the battery out, honestly. Like it's a process to get it in, and once it's in, it's kind of stuck there and you have to use this cable. So I'm just going to be putting this all back together now to show you how easy the process is. And actually that cable is the most annoying part of it. Really, it's like a spring that once you remove that rubber band, it kind of just launches out. And you don't really need to remove the rubber band. If you're just going off the power bank, which I do, weekly, I just keep the rubber band on and it's like still like, 2 inches long and just fine. The rest of the wallet, again, you'll see, assembles pretty easily. There's only like, 6 main parts to it, so you can just know the order, and only the first two have a respective order that you have to follow. And so I'm just going to put the tin back together now. And as a reminder, the tin is actually missing a adapter, the female USB-A to male USB-C, which is larger than every other component in here, and it still all fits back together just fine with that. So yeah, it's really like a beautiful thing. And in reality, you're not going to be using all these components. You're not going to like dump the whole tin on the table. I just slide the tin open, pull the lightning to USB-C adapter out, and close the tin again. And I do that all the time, and it's very quick. If you're taking a medicine, you're just going to take it and, put the wrapper in your pocket. You're not going to like put the medicine back into the tin again because it's gone. So it really is a lot faster than it looks here. And even here, it's maybe taking like a minute. I don't know. Anyways, that's the design, and I love it, and I really can't see myself changing it anytime soon. I realized I figure out the wallet, and with the wallet, it actually does become a little bit thicker because, all the heights go to the highest one. Of course, all the heights are pretty much equal and as low as possible, so it's not a big deal. And it actually helps to have that wallet on top because it kind of forces all the components in, and look how quickly I can pull a screwdriver out, a full-length screwdriver, just by getting the ratchet, pushing it in there, and, sucking out a bit extender, just like that. It really is a pleasure to use, and it's faster than most multi-tools. And there it is, the world's greatest wallet.